Hi there, my name is CCC Super, and welcome to my channel. Here we focus on everything coding related, as well as everything encompassing AI. Welcome, welcome. Um, yeah, my name is CCC Super, also known as Heinrich, and welcome to the stream. Today I'm going to be continuing with a project that I've started last week, and I have made a few changes in between. I have recorded it, but it's I posted it on YouTube. So if you want to see the changes, you can go to my YouTube channel. It's the same name, ECC Super. Um, so the changes I've made is I can actually cover them right here real quick. I'm not going to cover the coding, but I'm just going to cover what I did. So I can no longer push it, but obviously every time that triggers, for some reason I can push it. I can try and fix it, that's not so much of a problem. And then the other thing as well is if I make the character ranged, you'll see the character will now stop in place. So the character no longer runs off and the character now stays in place. Those are some of the main changes I made, but as you saw with the player, it doesn't always go exactly the way I want it to go. So today what I'm planning on tackling is a little bit more of the enemy AI, because I'm happy with the player AI right now. Creating objectives and collecting items from this point on forward is going to be basic. It's going to be basic elementary Unity. So I thought of tackling something a little bit more advanced. More laying into the physics-based movement of the enemies, but what I'm going to be doing is let's call it a physics-based pathfinding. I'm not a big fan of A-Star, nor am I a big fan of how Unity does its pathfinding, and I feel like there are more intellectual ways of approaching it that uh, gives the AI more character, more personality. So, to start things off, I would like to change the scene, and then I'm going to explain the first step that we're going to be doing. So, uh, let's create a quick square here, and we move the square here. Let's set this at -5. Let's set its height at 2. And this. Why do I keep that? That's not right. That's not right. There you go. There you go. That's much better. So this I want to set to 2, set it to 0. This one I want to put at -3. Yeah, and then player as well at -3 for now. I'm gonna move it. This I would like at a scale of 10. Why did the music stop? That what? That was weird. Alright, so there's that platform. Then this, just rename this to player. I'm going to put the player here. Make this 2.25. No, maybe just 2. Yeah, let's just make it 2 for now. Doesn't look like it's overlapping, and I'm pretty sure if I hit play, it's not gonna fall through the floor. Or it is because I forgot to add not cube. What's it called again? Box collider. There it is. Add a box collider. Set its layer to ground. No tags. Hit play. Yeah. We're not falling through. Which is good. And even if I select this, yeah, we're good. There's another thing. I don't quite remember where to set it though. Is it in build settings? There it is. Alright. So that should stop some complications with the software. So if I hit play here. So there's that. Right, the rest of the scene. So let's actually. Yeah, let's do that. And then player goes down to 1.5. And then I want to do here actually. Let's put this at 4. And then this one I want to move here. And this one I would like to put at -10. So you at 18. I would like to test this first. Too high. So player jump force is already at 12. If I put it at 15. Interesting. Let's take note of that. I'll deal with that later. Can I get a notepad, please? Thank you. So, I'm gonna call this notes. This is required. Alright, so that is most certainly a fix that I want to do. Other than that, it would attempt to attack me. It's the bar for it. But there it would still attempt to attack me, so I need to set the projectile that when it detects ground. I also need to do that. And there I go. Right. It's another fix that I need to do is detect wall and also detect enemy. Right. Right. Regardless, this does give me an idea of how I'm supposed to, how much force I need and all this type of things. So it looks like I need a force of 15 and at a speed of 5 at the direction of the target. So let's get paint so we can do this illustration. So the first thing I want to do is actually cast a ray. So let's create a layer here, go for a rectangle. So there's our platform, our players on this platform, but there's a platform here so we can't make a jump. And then there's this like this. So and then I would like another layer for my ellipses, like this. Then I need my enemy. And I need my player. Right, so the first thing that I want to achieve is I would like to cast a ray. Let me just set that bigger so that you guys can see it. Make it orange. No, make it blue. Alright. So I would like to set a ray. Is there a shortcut I can press for this? Nope. Make it blue, but Right. That's correct now. I would like to cast a ray, but first I would like to check this ray. So that is the first ray. Then from that ray we are going to emit another ray. However, this ray is going to be doing a swoop motion. Something like that. Starting by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then 7. So the idea with this, and why I wanted to do like a super motion, is because this ray is going to be starting here. It's gonna test where there's a fall off. So here by 2 it's gonna mark a fall off. By 3 it's going to mark another like edge, fall off, or wall. And once it's done swooping there, it's gonna mark another one by 4, it's gonna mark another one by 5, it's gonna mark another one by 6, and then end by 7. So there could be more points, but this is just for the sake of demonstration. So the idea is at each one of these marks, it's going to try and perform a separate function, knowing that it needs to try and close this gap between it and the player. So what we need to do is we need to cast a ray. Sweep the ray around the enemy and mark significant changes. Right. So with that being said, let's take a look at some coding then. So going back to scripts, enemy AI. Yeah, because this is controlling all of the AI stuff. Alright. Alright. Sorry, I'm also just making sure of my facts here by the side. we want a few checks. So if we want to have the ray swoop, that means we need to put it on the timer. Well, not necessarily a timer, but like a counter that counts upwards and swoops around the area, and then we also need to speed at what it does it. So let's do that first. So let's do detection ray, and then we do this, and it is header the uh, detection ray, and then we have serial selection base serialize field private so ray speed, which will be a float, and serialized field private float ray angle, and then one last one, serialized field private float bool ray left is equal to false. Right. So the first check I want to do is I want to make sure, well, if I'm supposed to do this if it's in range. No. If array, if target dot x dot transform dot position dot x is greater than transform dot apparent dot position dot x, then why is this like this? Then ray left. So if it is greater, then it means it's in this direction. Ray left is equal to false, else ray left is equal to. Alright, so we have our angle sorted. Then I want to do something. Let's do ray direction. Ray ray pathfinding. Scroll down here. void array of finding. Right. I can always add that to a timer. It's okay. In fact, let me add that to a timer. So if array angle is less than 360, then ray pathfinding, then if ray angle is greater, so this is supposed to be else if is greater than 360. Actually, I don't even have to do that because it is assumed. And then ray angle is set equal to 0. So ray angle is plus equal to ray speed times time dot delta time. Right. So ray pathfinding. We are going to do a vector to direction equals quaternion dot Euler and then ray angle this is not right because it's a vector 2. This is why you shouldn't trust AI. You won't always get the right answers. You see, I'd love to make use of that. I don't understand what it is. Maybe I'm just being dumb. Times vector 2 dot right? Does that solve it? Oh, that fixes it. Alright, yeah, okay, cool. I don't know how I feel about this, though. And then ray costs hit 2D, call it path ray. It's equal to physics 2D dot ray cost target dot transform No, wait. What am I doing? No. It's transform dot position dot, no, it's just transform dot position. Then direction, just do a ray length of 30. In fact, let me add something in for that. This can all be avoided if I just pay attention to what I'm doing. Private float ray max. So ray max, and detection, I think I'm gonna look for ground. Yeah, ground layer. And then what does the gizmo look like? There it is. Debug dot full ray. What I'm gonna do is actually if so if path ray brain, don't fail me now, dot hit, and if path ray dot collider does not equal null, then this is transform dot position, and then path ray dot, what does that look like again? Well, it wasn't there. Maybe here. Point dot point. Dot point. And then color dot red. Color dot red. And then we do else. Path ray. No, because we're already assuming the other one, so. How do I do these? So it's the position. And then the direction. I'm not too sure how I want to deal with that. So it is debug dot raw ray. So transform dot position and path, no, and then direction. I hope that's correct. And then color dot red. For what it's worth. Right, let's give it a go. I feel like that's wrong, but maybe direction times distance? Let's see that. Direction times ray max. Where is my music? What is going on? Shuffle is off. Shuffle is on. Why is it not autoplaying? That's supposed to be default. It was autoplaying earlier and now it's just being weird. Okay, whatever. Let's see how this works. So max 30, high speed of 1, 10. Oh, there's something. That's interesting. Interesting. Okay, well, I know it works. I know it works. It's just a little bit wonky, and I don't quite fully understand why. So direction times this. I don't know if that'll work. Let's take a look. See if that works. Did I save? Yes, I did save. I keep forgetting this is not set up for some odd freaking reason. So 10, maximum of 30. Alright, let's go. Why would it draw like that? So I know the ray is going. That's not the problem. The problem I have is with the debugger and why the debugger is being weird. Uh, float times distance. I just want the debugger to show things to me the way it's supposed to be. Right. That's good. That's good. That's what I'm looking for. Alright. Why does this keep... I don't know if that, like, majorly affects me. I just set the volume right real quick. I don't like the color red, so I think for if it has a collider, I'm gonna make it green. If it doesn't have anything, instead of red, let's make it blue, just so I can see it more properly. It should auto update its own color. Oh, here. Yeah, there you go. Green. Then it's blue because it's not detecting anything. Then it's green again. Then it's blue again. And it's green again. Ten is very slow, but it is at least so that I can see what the AI is doing at least. So when it's done swooping, it starts all over again. Alright, that's good. So I can add this to a timer system. This is not too bad, but for now it is just so that I can subtract things. So that means we have successfully done this one. Can I put a line through that? Make longer, make shorter, similar. I don't know how to make things underlined. But that's okay. I don't need to know. I'm just going to do that. Easy. And that. We have our ray, and we have the sweeping effect of the ray. So next thing is we need to mark significant changes. So this means that I need to test to see if position 1 and position 2 equal one another in both X or Y. So essentially we're first checking X to see if X matches, and then we're checking Y. So by comparing these, I can figure out the difference between floor and wall. So if X is equal to X, then I know I'm dealing with, well, actually no, I have this the wrong way around. This is for wall, this is for floor. So if x is equal to x, then we are dealing with a wall. And if y is equal to y, we are dealing with a floor, or ground in this instance. So those are the changes I want to mark, and then what I want to also check is if ray is equal ray dot collider is equal to null, then or what's it, y equals y, or y no longer equals y, or x no longer equals x, we will then make this entry. So entry of position. Right. So what I'm going to now need is a list of transform, and we're going to call this ray path. This is equal to new list transform. So ray path dot clear. And I would like to collapse these so that I can see what I'm doing. Okay, so right, so we are doing the following. If we are first checking ground, which would be y, if we need something more. Serialized field, private, transform, position. So this is ray position 1 and ray position 2. So the first thing I'm checking is if ray position 1 believe that's a check I can do. Because it's checking if everything is 0, 0, 0. Let's do vector 2. So is equal to new vector 2 equal to new vector 2 so is equal to then it does ray position 1 is set equal to path ray dot point. Then we do the else. This is where we do the rest of this thing. So if we're going to test the floor first, so dot y is equal to ray position 2 dot y. So we are doing this. So ray position 2 is equal to this. Then we check if these are the same. If they are the same, then ray position 1 is set equal to ray position 2. I can technically do the same with X. I can just put an OR in here and do the exact same thing with X. Or I could just do if the collider is... Yeah, let me do that. So if path ray dot collider does not equal null, then ray position 1 is equal to ray position 2, because it is in the swooping motion, but I need to do something else here. If path ray dot collider, not compared to, your mom's a compared to, dot collider is equal to null, or this is where things get interesting, ray position 1. Wait, let me think. Okay, I think I know what I'm doing wrong. Okay, so... if I don't think this will ever happen, but never say never. Pathway dot collider is not yeah, is not equal to null. Yeah. Then we pass this first one, and then else. Now we start. So first thing we check is if the collider is not null, we do we first do X. No, we first do Y because we're checking the ground level. So if path no ray position 1 dot Y is equal to ray position 2 dot Y, then ray position 1 is set equal to ray position 2. Pretty straightforward. Now what's what I'm gonna do? Else so ray path dot add, and ray path needs to be changed from a transform to a vector 2. Vector 2 and vector 2 collapse this because I'm going to keep getting confused. Ray position 1. So this is only supposed to happen here. Otherwise we're going to get errors. Right. So if ray position 1 dot Y is equal to ray position 2 dot Y, then we mark it, and also debug dot draw is there anything else? Guess I'll just do draw line from a position, and then what do I do here for facing down? I did the position, and then plus transform up minus ray detection. So ray position 1 plus vector 2 dot. I could do vector 2 dot down. Since when was that a thing? Okay, doesn't matter. Vector 2 dot down. Times 2. Alright. You know what? I'm gonna put a check. I'm actually gonna put a check in for serialized field, private, bool. Ray is round is equal to false, and serialized field private to Ray is 1 equal false. Then I go down here. Right, first up here, where is ground is equal to false, where is wall is false. So make sure that I do all those things. This round is equal to true, and then else if is round equal to true, and suddenly y no longer equals y, then it marks it and sets r is ground is equal to false, draw a line at that position. Right, and then we do the same for if array position 1 dot x is equal to array position 2 dot y, so x. Else if I'm making mistakes, hold on. Else if r is roll true. So when we do array position 1 is equal to array position 2, and then R is wall is equal to 2. Here array path dot add array position 1 and this is false, and then debug dot draw line array position 1 comma array position 1 plus vector 2 dot down comes to comma color dot color dot yellow right. Here we put an else if R is ground equal to true, or R is wall is equal to true. I technically didn't have to add bools now I think about it, because essentially what I'm doing is I'm first checking Y, and then else if it suddenly switches over to X, then it does all that things. Otherwise, if it's X, it suddenly switches over and does the rest of the stuff. So I think also I want to do right? I think it is. It's not right. Return. Yeah. Convey path add right position 1 I also technically need to check if it starts. Right, so I think to check if it starts, let's do a quick if statement right here. R is round is equal to true, and or R is wall is equal to true, then ray path not equal to true, is equal to false. No, that's why my brain wasn't braining. Is equal to false. So and not or and. So if those two are equal to false, then ray path then ray position 1 is set equal to pathway dot point and pathway dot add why isn't that working? Ray path dot add ray position 1 Alright, and you see now I can't do a return here because yeah. So I'd say it adds it, but I don't know what I can do. If ray position 1 is equal to ray position 2, then we return. Right. Because we ain't entertaining that. No, I still need to add in the check. Yeah, I'll just set that one to 2, and then we'll see what it does. curious if I set both true. Because it's checking Y first anyways. Putting return here is redundant, but it's fine. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Okay, so right off the bat we have a bit of a problem here. It's not right. Okay. So first check it does is to see if these are both false, and then it does this. Problem here is if these two are the same, then this one is grounded gets set to true. So that is fine for is grounded. So we're comparing y versus y. So if both y's are the same, then ray position 1 gets set to the same to ray position 2. Hold on, let me just run this again so that I can see exactly what my stuff looks like. Right. All my y's are the same. My x is moving on, my y's are the same. This is also a mess up. And is grounded is currently true. And here we're checking to see if both are false. We're checking to see if collider is null. So from the first one, that is done, and that is the first position. Then from the second one, we are then checking if ray position 1 and 2 are the same, because we captured both, and then is grounded is set to true, which is true to what we see. So then we check this, and then we check if not only this is not true, but this is also true. Then and only then do we add the new position. This is a mess. This is interesting. What the f... The bottom one. Let's look and see what happens. Okay. Oh, I think I did it. Oh, not entirely. Right. So when it transitioned from here to here, it was supposed to have logged it, but it didn't. So it said play. I'm gonna pause it just before it hits that point. So there we see it goes past. Right. So we've already logged 3 positions. This was the start, then this position, and that position, and now sorry, this is very slow because I'm troubleshooting this. That should have been 4. That right there should have been 4. Because it's no longer grounded, it is now moving. Oh. Oop. Okay, Mackenzie asked me if I'm joining them, so I think I'm gonna be switching over to that. In fact, let me quickly hop in there. Hey, Kenzie! Oh, jeez. Hello?
Hello?
I still need to set you up a little bit more. Hello?
Hallo?
Hello, Kenzie!
Kan jy my hoor?
Kan jy hoor?
Okay. Ja, ons wag net vir die om huis toe te kom nog, so jy het darm nog tyd.
Okay. Ja, nee, ek sit in stream, well, I'm sitting in streaming a program that I'm busy with.
You're streaming right now?
Yeah.
Let me go in there.
Sorry?
I want to go on there.
Oh, yeah. Let me adjust the volume there, and then if I go here and adjust it up, it should be the same. Alright. Yeah, I'm busy fighting a code that's not doing what I want it to do.
It should.
Yeah. So the point where I'm at right now is it's testing the X versus the Y, but I seem to have run into a little bit of a problem here. That is both my X positions and Y positions suddenly are not the same, and instead of the software detecting that, it's continuing with the old programming, which is not correct.
Shoot.
Yeah.
You look so fancy.
Oh, thank you very much. I think let me boost you a little bit more. There you go. How loud's my Discord? I guess I can put it up a little bit. So this is a problem now. So X is still not matching and Y is still not matching, but I think what I want to do I have to do so much. Okay, hold on. So if Y is not equal Y and ray position X equals ray position 2, this is the problem.
Oh, sure.
And you see, I thought I was being smart and saving on time, but I guess I wasn't. So if I run this now. No. No! It's done it again! Okay. Oh, doch. Wait, I have an idea. So this feels so unnecessary. It's supposed to just work the way it was written, but I guess not. So now, if I just fast forward this. Nope, didn't work. Again. It also makes sense because X and X doesn't match. Why does X and X not match?
I'm good with diagnostics, but not that kind of diagnostics.
Okay, so what I'm supposed to look for is when X and X match, No, but when X and X... Wait. If... So, you weren't here earlier, Kinsey, but basically, this is what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
So, first it detects starting point. Then, as it swoops, the moment it detects that it's no longer in contact with anything, it registers another point. Then it cycles all the way back, and when it contacts something again, it makes another point. And then it looks until this level breaks and this level starts matching, it registers another point. That's what it's supposed to do.
Okay.
But it can only do that if Y no longer matches itself, but X does. The problem that I'm having with this is that instead of Y being, let's say Y is equal to 5, instead of doing that, because of how the array works, it's much rather doing Y is equal to 4.9999916 blah blah blah. It's doing that.
Yeah.
I can probably round it. But because it's doing that, the next time when it registers Y, it does that. Because why would it work the way I want it to work?
Yeah, why would it?
So I think I have an idea of what I want to do. So if I go here, so I do math f dot. Nope, that didn't work. I do math f math f dot seal to int. I think I'm on the right path. X path array point dot y. Then he said Duncan's on his way.
I'm waiting for him to get home.
Okay.
Yeah, he said he'll be home around 8, but he'll let me know.
So
Blah, blah, blah.
mathf dot seal to int and mathf dot seal to int. I can't believe I'm being forced to do this. Then I go back here run it. Go back to the scene so that I can see what's happening. Oh, that's not good. Set that to unfocused. Okay, now it's registering that Y has changed. That's good, but we're still sitting with a problem that I don't like. So let me remove this and this. Okay, let's see what it does. Alright, I didn't check the why you do this? So clear this, go back here. So ray X, so let me do this. See what it does. Why though? It's not supposed to do that. What? That's fascinating. What? The pleasures of troubleshooting, I tell you.
You are a programmer, it is your vice.
I have to first be here, pause that, go here, unpause that. And that's registering a lot of stuff that is not supposed to register, but that's fine. What? Okay. And then it goes, and then... That is fascinating. I keep forgetting about this. moment it's past a certain point, it just starts registering a bunch of them. Why?
As hy daai gooi, is dit probleem.
Move one forward. Cool. And then I can go to the scene and take a look. We're currently at right angle 0.2. So at what angle does it start adding more? At 4.6, it starts adding more. That doesn't make sense. Why?
Could it be something with the range on X?
I'm not sure. Like, as you can see, both X and Y are the same, but the problem here is the moment it detects that it's the same, it's not supposed to add it to this list. So, somewhere here, there's a problem. So, if... So, okay, hold on. Let me step back a little bit. Goes into here. So for now, no rays have been casted, which is good.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to click that. That's our first update, and we detect that we are currently on ground. So what it just did was it just ran, not that part. It just ran this part.
Okay.
And position 2 is set the same, so it just ran that part and it ran this part and then it returned. So this return means it's not going to try and check for everything else.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm curious if I remove the else statement, so this. Let's see what happens. There we go. It's registered. Go back here. Nope, still does everything. I'm just gonna hit unpause and see what happens. The moment it's paused there, it's gonna swoop up. Doesn't make sense. That really does not make sense. What? It's the platform he's standing on? Why? Why? Alright, let's raise him up a bit. Hit play again. Let's see what happens. It's gonna crash.
Raise me up.
Yep, knew it. It was gonna crash. Alright.
Oh fuck.
Still did it. That doesn't make sense! This is ground layer, ground layer, ground layer, ground layer. This is on -5. I guess -2, -3, that puts them on it. That does not make sense. So, box collider, and that's it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It is the same thing. Why aren't you working? Right, then ray position 1 is equal to that. And then win this and that. So this has to not match and that. Wait. No, it can't. It's impossible because this has to be true. My brain. And then this needs to be this and this. Let me do this. Right. You need to be equal. So let's go here to make it happy. Right, then we go here, and it's still doing it. And it stops. Now watch, it's just gonna make one entry. Why? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Why would it clear the top ones without any issue, but the bottom ones it freaks out? Okay, maybe not seal to int, let's try something else. Dot.
Big Bird has dropped at home. Oh, how would we say it? Big Bird has arrived at the nest.
Big Bird has arrived at the nest. How do you mean?
Lady is la home.
Oh, Duncan is home. Alright. I'm with you. Oh. So I'm now doing round because I have no cooking clue what else to do with this.
Are you gonna stream a little fast now?
Yeah. I think I'm going to, regardless of whether I get this right or not, I think I'm just going to hop straight over into fast mode.
Yeah.
But I would like to see if this one last change fixed stuff. Hey Duncan, I need to put you up because my volume is down.
Oh boy, streaming. And he's gonna stream some Phasmo.
Yeah, and of course it breaks because why wouldn't it break? Alright. Oh! Oh! No! No! I fix one, I break the other.
Oh no.
Sounds like typical programming.
Yeah, but I think I know what I want to do.
I think I do what I want to know.
So...
Mila, off the... Oh.
I'll join you guys on Phasmo now. Sorry, just give me a bit.
Go.
So, if there's already an if statement, if ray path dot points dot x. Why is that not working? Is it? Oh, it's not ray path, but path ray. Why do I do this to myself? Dot point dot x. Sorry. Dot y is less than 0. Then or path ray dot point dot x is less than 0. Then it does that. Otherwise, copy this whole thing. We seal it. I feel like seal is spelled wrong.
Did you spell it S-E-A-L?
It should be C-E-I-L.
There we go. That's the one.
Alright. Copy this. Paste it there. And you paste it there, except this is supposed to be position 2, position 2. Alright. So we go over here to make it happy. And I pause it. I scroll down to take a look and see what's happening. Then I unpause it. Come on, come on. No! Why? Okay, I said I was gonna join you guys in Phasmo whether I make this or not. Yeah, guys, so
I'll make the.
yeah, so this is the end of the coding for now. I'm gonna come back to this. I'm gonna double check and make sure everything that I see here is running perfectly fine. As for now, I am hopping over into Phasmo, so I'm just gonna set up a few things real quick. Alright, that should be the stream information reset up again. And I need to open up Unity again. I'm so close to actually figuring out this particular code. It's just, for some reason, it bugs out with the top platforms when it comes to calculating how it's supposed to do things. Yeah. So let's take a look. Bug off. There you go. Let's take a look. So we're checking to see if either y or x is negative, and then we're rounding those. And then we're checking to see if so if they are less than, then we do round. Otherwise, we do seal. So let me go back here, hit play, and let's see what happens again. It first throws out an error, and then I can unpause that. And then watch this. Then the moment it hits there, it creates a lot. Right. So I got the floor to work. This I need to set back to focus, otherwise it's gonna keep bugging out on me. Um, so okay, it seems to be doing it a lot with Y, so I'm going to be removing X. Like that. And then we see what it does when it tries to do some math. Alright. And then wrong. Got it. Okay, so okay, so I do equal to 0 much rather. Nope. Ah. I don't want to do else if because that kind of defeats the point. But yeah, have you decided where we're going to go to afterwards?
Just elaborate a bit.
Because you wanted to go to a restaurant for your party,
Yeah, it's gonna be at 6 in the evening.
6 in the evening. Did you decide where it's gonna be at?
Yeah. Pastel.
Potstall.
Yeah, it's the nearby the Wimpy.
Okay.
That's there where the old Nice Cafe used to be.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, that place.
Alright. Anyways, let's see if my code update worked. And of course it didn't. Right, so. Yeah, of course it doesn't like that. Right. New vector 2 no is equal to pathway dot point, and all this I need to copy into here. Oh, I know why it's doing what it's doing. Okay. That was correct, right? Yeah, so it's that one, this one, then that one. Yeah. So let's check again. Okay. Okay. Let's see it. No! It did it again. I don't understand. I legitimately don't understand. Okay.
One thing I hate in anime that they do is whenever they cut themselves, they always cut their finger on the front part of the finger. And it's just like, that's the most sensitive part you can cut yourself. Cut yourself on the back of your forearm where it doesn't hurt.
Okay, that's a that's a statement.
Now think about it. They always cut like their thumb, but like on the part of where the fingerprint is,
Yeah.
right? You know how much that hurts. But if you cut on the back of your forearm, it hurts way less because you have less neural sensors on that point to sense what is happening. Normally, that is a great spot to absorb damage. You know, like if you're blocking things. You don't
Yeah.
feel pain as much there as what you do on your entire bloody fucking hand. But in
Yeah.
anime, they're just like the weakest, wimpiest wimp of them all will cut his hand and be like, I don't feel anything.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, brother, I'm tough and I know I feel that every single time if I cut my hand. And you know how I know how painful it is? Bicycle.
Yeah.
You fall from a bicycle, what's the first thing it scrapes open?
Yeah.
And then you watch Naruto and them apparently having teeth as sharp as bloody canines, and they're always just freaking able to pierce their thumb.
Yeah. Okay. maybe if let's try 1. Let's see what 1 does. No, wait. Let's do -1. See what this does. So hit
What do you think of
pause.
those anime
Play.
cards I got?
Oh, pretty good. They're pretty good.
Yeah. I got a few others, but I don't recognize majority of the characters there, so I would like to get rid of them.
Yeah. So if I hit unpause, then it registers the next point. Then I'd like to pause. It's the first point. Oh, did I fix it? Is it finally working? So that would be that point. That is this point. Why did double take though?
Killer Killy's insane.
It
You
is,
can
yes.
just show a girl there without nipples and just make her tits jiggle like crazy as she transforms.
Yeah.
It's basically a magical girl anime, but just like we're gonna do this the most non-sexual way possible, but in every possible way try and make it sexual.
Yeah.
As a child, if I had watched this, I would have had a massive stiffy the whole series.
Yeah, nay. So just reach there. I don't like this. So if I just move the player up, and then this, move it up, go back to enemy, so I can watch what it's doing. Okay, it doesn't look like it's repeating itself, which is good. And there, it's registering 13.1 again for some reason. 13.2. It's not supposed to do that though. Thirteen two again. 13.3. Why is it doing that? That's wrong. Okay, so I managed to figure out Y, now I need to figure out X. Alright, so you know what? Let me do this. I'm going to copy all of this and paste it. Now we're going to test X and X. And from here to here, and from there to there, and then here, make a dot X, dot X, get rid of all that, get rid of all of that, and here, Y, Y, get rid of all of that, that, get rid of this, get rid of that, get rid of that, and then this is dot Y, this is dot Y, this is dot X, this is dot X. Cool. Then I want to grab this check and add it there. Where's the second part? Add it here, but I need to change position. Position 2, position 2, position 2, position 2, position 2, position 2. Cool. Nope. Alright, so X needs to change. What if I do positive on X? Second position, third position. Nope, still does that. Okay, so
The impact was so intense that they created a shockwave, a vacuum, and then a greater shockwave.
Yeah. Yeah, nee.
Jeez. Everything just slightly sucks in for a second and then shits out again.
Yeah. Okay, so
Watching this feels like somebody was inspired by Bleach and was just like, I'm going to make this more thirsty.
yeah,
It
nee.
really feels like that because she's like, I'm the top dog. Alright, well, since you're struggling to beat me, you want to dethrone me? Take on all of my underlings first and then come and prove to me.
Yeah.
Oh, man. And then she has some random dude that looks like the other guy who's got the green hat. I forgot what his name was.
Urahara?
Urara, there we go. The other dude who's like watching her, trying to explain to her how shit works. It's her teacher from her classroom. He gives off Urara vibes, except he likes getting nude as well. Or shirtless.
Damn, I just threw a guess out there. Looks like I was right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am dumbfounded. I have no idea why X would double fire. Okay, I managed to get Y working. I have no idea why X isn't working. It's following the exact same programming path. Um, I don't know if Y would do the same thing if it's I don't know if Y would do the same thing. That's where I'm sitting at right now. Because right now everything's detecting below Y0. I know earlier when I did seal with Y being, yeah, I'm not too sure. I'm gonna mess around with this. I'm most probably gonna make a YouTube video if I figure out how to fix it. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.
And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any feedback, please leave them in the comment section. Also, I am open for suggestions for future videos. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.